Ooh, yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, some Stiegel. Stiegel looks pretty tasty. Ooh, Lowenbrau. Yes, the Germans. Love the Germans. Stick two. Why not? Let's just take two. That's cool. Look at all this beer. It's fantastic. There's so much beer. What's over here? Maybe Heineken? Nah. Huh? Nah. Oh, yes, of course. Woodhouse. It's a local standard there. It's tasty. Delicious. Delicious. What else we got here? There's so many to choose from. Oh, yeah. Pilsner Urquell, of course. Good choice.
Can Tuesday! Yes! What's up, dudes? Wicked! Just doing my exercises. 1, 2. Oh my god, 3. Let's get 3 in there. 3. All right. What's up, dudes? Hope you guys are having a fabulous Tuesday. Welcome to Tall Can Tuesday on Tuesday, and of course we got sound, we got picture. It's time for step 2. Let's get a beer out. Unfortunately, because of the lockdown, the liquor store is closed on Mondays. Those bastards. So I had to go straight to the source. So it looks like we're only doing the Woodhouse today. The Woodhouse lagers, which are pretty freaking tasty, so I can't really complain. Super tasty. Once it hits the lips, right? Hopefully you guys are partaking in some kind of beverage. Even if it's non-alcoholic, that's fine, whatever. Just get some hydration, Or go the opposite way. Go with the diuretic. Why not? Cheers to beers, friends. Let's see who's here. Style Factory, Don't Fit, what's up? Besenberry, what's up? General Hobbies, what's up? Jeremy Martell, what's up? Scale Addiction is here. It's late for him. What's up, buddy? Let's see. I think Gags is on here. I know Nash is on here. Drift Craze 2, what's up, buddy? Patty, what's up? Some new names up in here. Marcus, what's up? He's asking if I drift RC. Do I drift RCs? Not right now, unfortunately. The track is definitely not an essential business. So unfortunately the track is closed, but man, oh man, do I miss the drift. All right, so let's talk about what's on the show. What's on the show today on this fabulous Tall Can Tuesday. Yes. All right, wicked. So we got a couple of new merch drops, which I'm going to talk a little bit about. We got the WPL, a cheap crawler build that I've been building. The video's coming out a little later this week. I went super Chernobyl with this, so it's super cool. So you'll see a little bit of that. We got a guest. That's right. We got a guest. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Jordan from Scalescience. We chat a little bit about drifting. So yeah, let's see here. RC Masked Master. Dude, it's late for you. Hopefully you're not working. Hopefully you're not working tomorrow. And if you are, then what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Colin Bedrew, you should do an RC crawling video. Dude, I have RC crawling videos. You should check them out. They're fun. Not a lot of people watch the RC crawling videos anymore, but yeah, it's a little cold outside. Maybe I'll take the WPL out in the snow and pull some kind of like Siberian Russian video thing. I don't know. It might be cool. Right now, actually, Patty, it just snowed today. All right, like it's actually been extremely mild where I am in Canada, which is actually quite far into the States. If you were to look at a map, we are pretty much as north as Chicago. So if we basically get the same weather that Chicago gets, we got quite the northeaster. Is that what they call them? Oh no, northwestern. Westerner, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Snow. It's because of the lakes. We got about a foot of snow today. So it's quite a white wonderland outside. But it's been pretty mild. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking about the freaking weather, right? You guys aren't here for the weather. Let's see. Oh, Troy, what's up, man? Yeah, we're also going to see Troy got his bumpers. So I got a couple of photos for that. That's like a very small update on the Cletus McFarland neighbor build. But yeah, let's see here. GTosh11, what up? Cup of Joe or beer, depends on what time of the day it is for you guys, I'm sure. Party Central right here. Straight up Party Central. What up, Gags? Hope you're doing good. Gags is one of the dudes still race fifth scales with, which is pretty awesome. It was a great time. Actually, if you look behind me, you can see there is the Yankee fourth scale pan chassis. This is the one that the Porsche is gonna it's gonna be adorned with the Porsche body. And then if you look a little bit further back here, you can see this is the race monster. This is a two-stroke OBR powered ported aluminum bottom end machine. I'll lift it up a little later, but maybe not right now. Yeah, you know how it goes. Tuesdays, should probably drink some more beer, right? Right. Let's talk a little bit about merch. Yeah. So, like I've been telling you guys, I'm working pretty hard getting some stickers to. I'm trying to get a Kpop shop going so you guys can get 1/10 scale drift livery stickers from me. But that's something that hopefully Jordan can help me out with from Scalescience. We chat a little bit later. I'll definitely play that interview for you guys. But yeah, and then also I made some new t-shirts, ones that don't necessarily make people think you're into Korean pop music. So let's talk a little bit about that, shall we? All right, let's see here. K-pop merch. All right, so if you go to kpoprc.com, you'll find this pretty awesome store. If you live in the States, you are in luck because shipping is only like $3. For anybody outside of the USA, though, it's like $11, even for me, which is crap. I'm not a super fan of how much the shipping costs internationally right now. Maybe that's due to the virus that shall not be named. I'm not sure. This is one of the first t-shirts that I designed. It is just the remote there and like 3 little like tiles. I think it's pretty sick. I don't know. Buy it, support your boy. Let's see what else we got. We got this shirt, which is a little bit inspiration from Thundercats. You can see it's pretty sick. It's like a red patch with the remote. I think it's pretty sweet. Buy it, support your boy. And then of course the piece, the sickest one, which is coming up, I think. Oh boy, let's see. Do I even go to it? Oh yeah, sick. Okay, so I did a Porsche t-shirt. I think it looks cool. It's a 930. It is kind of like in the vein of the build a little bit. I mean, I'm probably not going to go with yellow rims and maybe yellow lights. I don't know. I think it looks sick. If you're into Porsches, and you wanted to, get a cool, sick Porsche t-shirt, visit your boy at kpoprc.com and snag yourself up some merch. Cause yeah, man, it helps out. I think I've only sold like 5 of them, so it's like a whole $40 in profit, which is great. And then of course you can get the shirt that I'm wearing right now, which is pretty sweet too. I mean, I think it's sweet, but whatever. Anyway, that was a quick little segment trying to big up the merch. You know how it goes. Trying to pump some money back into the projects because I'm hemorrhaging badly, guys. Hemorrhaging badly. Anyway, so I should probably talk. I don't know. It's either we go to Scalescience, we talk a little bit about RC drifting, or I show you guys the WLP build. So let me know in the comments straight up what you want to see first. Whether you want to see me chat with Jordan, or if you want to see the WPL build, the Chernobyl build, because oh sweet, check it out. So M Merrill got the crawler. So you got the crawler. Which one? I'm assuming the Yoda. right? Good night. Later, Colin, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it makes it, the yellow does make it look cool. Let's see, where am I here? The like Porsche shirt, super cool. Yeah, there it is. Looks super cool. I think so too. I think it's like it looks pretty sweet. Looks pretty sweet. Okay, you guys want to do the drifting? Sweet. All right, wicked. Oh no, some people want to do the build. Oh no. Oh no. Later, Colin. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do. Yeah, let's do Scalescience. Then I can drink a beer, hang out with you guys in the comments. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. Whoa, I'm ruining everything. Here we go. Here we go. Just for everybody who's watching and who doesn't know who you are, I was just wondering if maybe you could, like, I don't know, tell me a little bit about Scalescience and like what it is for those who don't know.
Sure, man. So for the last 3 years, we have primarily focused on being just an RC club, drift related. We have dabbled in many different spectrums of RC, crawling and droning and racing and you name it. But the drift really seems to be the thing that kind of holds us all together. And Scalescience was just kind of the culmination of all of us coming together and saying, let's make this happen for real. We had another local track that had closed down actually in the same spot. It was called GFT. And after the owners of that track kind of parted ways with their partnership, we were really left to just kind of go underground, and we were drifting in people's basements and hitting one other spot in town, and they would be open, intermittently. And myself, I would be making a 2-hour or around a 2-hour drive on a Friday after work to get there. And by the time I'd get there, it'd be 5:30, and they tell me, "Hey, we're closing at 7 tonight." It's like, really?
God damn it. God damn it.
No. So I think that happened probably 3 or 4 times. And finally, one of the nights, I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm done with this. We need our own spot. And we all kind of started talking amongst ourselves one of the nights at a basement session, and we're like, you know what, the guy that owned the original track, like, let's go talk to him. He still has the space. Let's see how his business that's in there now is doing. And at the time, they were kicking it, but he's like, I didn't really think about it, and I don't need all the space that I set out for this shop. So why don't we talk about, kind of minimizing my footprint? I can still run my print shop, and you guys can kind of come back and slide, and the rest is they did. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's wicked. And you guys do like a live pod, like you do a live stream every Thursday, right? You do that with your buddies.
Yep. Starting when quarantine took effect here in Colorado, like March of 2020, we were really just like, oh no, we want to. Friday night is our night at the track to hang out, and we all get together every Friday religiously. So knowing that we couldn't for the indefinite future, we figured, hey, why not just kind of have like a online hangout of sorts? And it kind of snowballed a little bit. Like at first it was just like a Google hangout, and we were just kind of chatting and talking about video games and different stuff we were doing. And then it was like, we always had these like really in-depth conversations and whatnot at the tracks. They were like, why don't we just kind of throw it in front of a camera? And I'm sure, at very least we have documentation of us having these conversations. But it turned out, adding some guests, I think the guests is what really helped us kind of blossom and like open the show up to a bunch of different groups of people. And along the way, we don't always have the same people tuning in every week, but we do still have quite a few people that, kind of tag along from whoever brought them on the show with them. And then they just kind of become a residual part of the show every week. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's sweet, man. And also you get not only do they, like, just for the people that don't know, I'm leaving a link to Scalescience's channel down below. So if you guys want to sub up to Jordan, do it. Because I think you're like 90 away from getting monetized on YouTube. So all the dudes watching, please just go and subscribe. Not only are there wicked like just live chats specifically about drifting, but not only drifting, just car culture in general. And like, you know, and then not only that, you're like building that crazy, what is it, that crazy garage right now. You're kind of in the midst of building this like super sick scale garage. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, man. So I recently started helping my father-in-law actually do some kind of renovation projects and whatnot on a few different properties, and uh, every job has scraps left over, and we end up throwing most of them away. And you know, me being my frugal, humble self, I'm like, you know, I'm sure I could do something with this, and kind of came to the realization I needed some tools. So ended up getting a table saw, and this is kind of like me practicing with my table saw and having some fun and like learning how to use it. And you know, it's not super to scale or anything just yet, but you know, I have some unique build features that our track demands. Like we share space with some drone guys, and you know, some of our other stuff that we've made that has been kind of on the cheap and whatnot doesn't necessarily hold up to being like bashed and crashed and moved around every week and whatnot. So we needed something that was going to look cool, but also be like sturdy and kind of take some abuse.
You're taking it in. You're taking this thing into like the drift, the track or whatever. It's gonna be awesome.
That's definitely the goal. We have this little like nook at the track where you know, it doesn't really serve a great purpose anymore with our current track layout to have track space in there. So we kind of want to make just a little scale, you know, little village / parking backdrop. So, you know, you can kind of turn your car 4 or 5 different ways and have some cool things to put your car in for photos.
So I know, like, I mean, I'm giving it a little bit. I'm just, you know, this is a little bit of a tease. Oh, Jordan, if my camera dies, just wait a sec. I'm gonna have to throw in a new battery, but
no worries.
It hasn't died yet, but it's gonna die. But I got one. Look, I'm like prepared, kind of, because I should have really switched this before getting you on here. But whatever.
It's all good, man.
I'm gonna tease a little bit to your garage, because like I know Scale Addiction did these lifts. I'm assuming you're gonna throw a couple of those in there.
Yeah,
right?
you know, I really want to. I've been torn on, you know, it's like how crazy do I go on this thing? Do I just like send it and it's like, you know, this ridiculous work that I'm like terrified to do anything with because it's something's gonna break it, you know, but a working lift, we talked about possibly like a working elevator and or some working garage doors like that file you sent me there. You know, and
sweet.
I think realistically, one of those things would be just super cool. If I could hit all of them, great. I'm almost tempted though to try and build this thing out where I might be able to add certain features as time goes on, you know, like as far as the footprint is concerned, you know, it looked huge when I first laid it out. But then when you put the cars inside of there and then you add like the staircase and you add potential like workbenches and other things in there, like you're pretty pressed for space. So, you know, I'm like, do I want a lift? Do I want a dyno? Do I want, you know, a car just permanently up on a lift so I could just make a lift that's just frozen, you know, up, stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, because like you don't want to overdo it for sure. You got to keep it like, you know, as if you can't afford 2 lifts, you know, like a real garage.
Right.
Or like a 4-post or something. But,
I think
the framing looks cool. The framing looks super cool.
Definitely. You have, you know, right there, one of my favorite things along the way of like our channel being around has just been kind of like the frugal way of accomplishing things that you want to do. So, you know, it's been how to build a cheap drifter and what's the cheapest you could get into a drifter. And like on this garage project, you know, the lights were the first thing I bought for this. Everything else was just scraps and trash. So I literally built that whole thing for, you know, $0.00. So that's my favorite part.
That's the way to do it, man, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, man, wicked. Oh, and I was gonna ask you, man. All right, so the D5 comes with here. I'm gonna switch the cameras for a sec. So the D5 comes with these like really awesome magnets for the body. And I was just talking with Mahar, the scales or the Cardinal Racing dude that sent me this Porsche, and we're planning on using like similar magnetic I don't know, cups and magnets to hold the body onto the chassis. But like,
Yep.
3 Racing does not sell these individually, at least that I can find. Do you know if they do? They don't sell these individually, do they? Probably not.
3 Racing, I don't think does. They may on their website, but those are just like a generic part number. Like if you find any else that have that style of cup and like size them up next to each other, that they are the exact same. So
they exist. I'm not like,
oh yeah, that honestly, I bet if you could just figure out like the terminology of like, you know, what they call that, that would definitely be like an AliExpress score on the super cheap.
Yeah, and like you probably get a whole slew of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely seem to have the cheapest magnets. Like for whatever reason, at hobby shops down here in the States, like rare earth magnets are literally like a rare commodity or something, you know?
Yeah, I don't get it. I've noticed that too. But yeah, I wonder if it's like a shipping issue too, because like, you know, shipping large, like, you know, strong magnets might be an issue. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the most I've ever ordered at one time was like 20 sets of stealth mounts. So I mean that's that's 80 magnets in one order, and as far as I know, it didn't kill any detection machines or anything. But
Sweet. All right.
you know, oh well, if it does, I guess, you know, what do I
Yeah.
got to hide with a bunch of magnets?
So I also, you know, speaking of the D5, I also I always show this thing on the live streams, and this is a D5, and I know for the American dudes, which are most of my audience, they can buy this chassis from you, correct?
Yes. I will tell you guys, for sake of, I know a lot of people have been frustrated with shipping and just buying things in general from places lately. We are actually currently sold out of D5s, and unfortunately 3 Racing is not able to fulfill a reorder until the end of March at this point.
Oh crap, so that's a long time away.
Yeah, so you know, I will say, like, for all of those who did jump on it at the right time, like, good on you guys. Like, you got another couple months to enjoy them before anyone else is going to get hands on any of the original kits. I'm sure some of the carbon stuff will be available, you know, as they're building out kits for that stuff. But
yeah, they're going to be making a full carbon kit, aren't they? It's going to be like a whole.
Yeah, yep. They did one, like they showed with a couple different colors, I believe a blue and a red, like weave in the carbon pattern. So those will be some custom options that are coming, which, yeah, that's definitely cool. You don't really see a lot of that anymore. And then on top of them, like Beast Mode, just RC Drift Team Jordan, aka the Beast Mode chassis, just announced about a month ago that they're coming out with the chassis and have dropped a few teaser photos. And another US company that's doing some chassis design and is dropping one real soon, I can say. So
so it's a good time to get into the hobby, or just a good time to be looking for one?
Definitely. You know, like what I would tell people is if you're really that serious about getting into it, you know, just you're going to go a different direction. Instead of getting your chassis and then going from there, like, why don't you start shopping for some of your electronics now, or start shopping for a body, or, you know, learning some of those other things that it's going to take time to do while you're waiting for some of these things to restock. Just make the most of your time, be efficient. And there's a lot of other things that need to be addressed and studied and learned and taken under magnifying glass, so to say.
Yeah, like, I mean, we've talked about it a lot, you know, about like the budget way of like getting into RC drift, and I feel like it is a bit of a like beating a dead horse. I do know in your last podcast you did share like a blog post. It's just like, hey, you're starting rear wheel drifting. Here's everything to consider. So maybe I'll leave that link in the description for everybody, but maybe we can talk about it a little bit. I don't know. Like, I know that, you know, like, you know, my cheap setup here with the D5 still ended up costing around like $500, you know, at least, just to get in with the body, with everything, just like out the door, batteries, charger, chassis, electronics, everything.
And my bad, just ignorant American over here clarifying. Oh, there it goes. Now I get to just hang out by myself. K-pop, I don't know if you could still see this, but if you can, that's pretty embarrassing.
Oh, we're almost back.
Oh, you're almost back. Damn, that was quick, man.
Yeah, I'm like, it doesn't like cut out fully. It just shuts off and then throws up bars. So whatever, that's fine. It works.
That's cool.
It worked.
That's like how you got to end the broadcast, right?
Oh man, dude, my last live stream, the internet died on me twice, and then once at the end, and I just didn't like. I was like,
Just left it.
I just left it. I was like, fuck it.
It was meant to be. Meant to be. Oh yeah. Okay. So sorry, I get sidetracked. What were we just talking about?
We were talking about just like getting into drift, and then I spent like $500 minimum.
Oh, right. So I was saying, ignorant American here. Can we clarify? 500 Canadian?
Oh yes, 500 Canadian.
Okay.
So it's pretty good.
Okay.
So
that's
like
pretty reasonable.
375 US dollars around.
Now, for sake of clarifying as well, can you walk me through just real quick, like what motor ESC are you running?
Well, I was actually, I should probably say, because like I burned out my original ESC and then I ended up spending some money at the track, which is always a good idea for supporting your track, but it's never a good thing. It's like slipping on ice. It's like you end up spending some cash. So it's running a Yokomo BLRS4 ESC, but it didn't originally. So I feel like it's unfair because like if I didn't burn it out with my own stupidity, I'd still be running.
What I would say there would be, what did you pay for your original ESC roughly? Like if it was retail?
It was like cheap because it was the Hobby Wing America just stock setup. So it was like
okay.
10
those are like 50 $60 here.
Yeah,
roughly.
They're like just under $100. Like I think 90 bucks. Or maybe you're right. I can't remember. It's hard for me because I'm always looking at Canadian dollars. So like
yeah, sure.
I think with shipping, it's probably around like 75, 80 US dollars for the ESC and the motor, and it's censored.
So, and then for the BL, you paid like 190, 200?
Yeah, about.
Yeah. Okay. So
no, less than that. It was less than that. In US dollars, it would have been like 160 US dollars.
Okay. So I would say roughly there, add 80 to your budget, give or take. So we're talking, 425, 450 ish.
Yeah. But I mean, if I didn't burn it out, it was running perfectly until I accidentally plugged the negative into the positive and the whole thing melted.
I call those unforeseen circumstances, and they should absolutely be accounted for in your budget.
Yeah, totally.
So like on my D5 here, I mean, same thing, trying to keep it fairly affordable. I'm running just a Toro. It's a 160 amp ESC. These are about $99. Motor wise, running an Onisinki 10.5. This was, I think, 40 or 50 from RC Mart. And then, really on my chassis, and you can see here, I'm running an Onisinki. Maybe you can see it kind of hiding over there. Onisinki gyro. I mean, they're the budget of the budget gyros out there. I run them in all my cars. I love them. They just, for me, they work. I don't seem to have really too many like glitch issues. And
I think that's one there, I think.
Yeah.
As well.
I really seem to have good luck with them. So I've been a fan of them. I do also have one of the V4 Yokomo gyros in my Rhino Max. It works great as well. I love all the adjustability that thing has. And I would say biggest things on your car, like spend money on your radio, spend money on your batteries if you can, because it's like anything, it's like your batteries are getting used every single time, just like your ESC and motor. But I mean, your batteries they're getting used and depleted and used and depleted. So get yourself some good batteries. They go a long way.
Totally. And what about, I guess when you're starting out, is burst rate super important? Like, are you going to need,
I would say it's going to depend entirely on the electronics you end up choosing. If you go for a just stock setup where you're not running any turbo or boost, I wouldn't say punch is as important. Now, where punch will give you a benefit is it lowers the resistance rating, and that lower resistance actually creates less heat. So you will be able to keep your motor and everything cooler, even though you're running it as long, or even in some cases longer run times, with more power feeling at the trigger. So that side of the burst is definitely worth it if you can afford it. But I do know that, like say you don't have access to maybe purchase batteries online easily, or the shipping's going to get you, and your local hobby shop's the only spot to go. My local hobby shop, 100C batteries are easily $160 to $170 US. They are not cheap at all. Where I sell a 130C battery for $64. So if you can make it affordable, I would say just buy what you can within your budget. Like, buy the best thing within your budget. If you got $60 to spend on a battery, spend your $60 the best way you can. Maybe that for you is 2 batteries, so you get 2, maybe not quite 130C as high a quality burst rated batteries, but you got 2 now, so you can have fun twice as long. That's just as cool in my book, and
yeah,
I think that'll get people far. So
what about used chassis? Would you like, if you went to a track and you bought someone's used chassis, are you into that, or you think that's like you get a tired chassis?
I can't really speak from experience outside of my own track, but I am on a lot of those like good bad RC feedback pages, and buying stuff used on the internet freaks me out. If you can see it in person, I think that adds one level of like comprehension to the type of deal you're getting, whether it's good or bad. There's a lot of things pictures can't tell you, and I think especially electronics wise in remote control cars specifically, like, buy at your own risk. If you try it, in the way the saying goes is, if you try it and take it home, you bought it, and it's like there's no buyer's remorse or anything. Like,
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, no, I was thinking more like in person. That's one thing I always laugh about on those forums, is like when people are like, "Oh my god, they sent me a box of rocks or whatever," and it's like, "Oh, and you paid them with gift, PayPal gift? Like, really?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen it go both ways with what people have received and or bought from people, being good or bad. Now, like, personal beliefs, I never try to sell something I wouldn't personally be stoked on buying myself. Like, if I don't feel comfortable about it, I don't put it online. It's in person, and it's like I never try to hide anything from anyone. It's always, hey man, like, this is the price I have it for. This is what I bought it for. This is, what it needs in my opinion. It's, you can say what it needs in your own opinion too, but from what I've seen, this is what I would do to it, et cetera. And that served me well for the few years we've actually been like a track, and I've had to, in an official capacity, like, represent something with my knowledge. So.
Right. I'm just in it on the forums there, on the Facebook groups for the New Bright RC body sales, where they're asking $300 for like a 12 scale Ford Lightning or whatever.
It's funny, man. I think the older I get, the more I realize that no matter what you're into, there is somebody trying to hustle some serious dough off of it, be it RC or, tickets to sporting events or concerts or whatever, man. If you're into it, somebody's trying to make a buck off you.
Totally. And I guess it's another thing is, like I was saying with the ESC purchase, it's like, if you're supporting a track, like, it's good to sometimes support that track by like buying stuff there. And sometimes they have raffles and stuff, and like, if they're hustling to make cash, like, I know with the track I'm at, they, every time they do a comp, they do like a 50-50 draw, or like a raffle ticket draw, and it's like good to be part of that community and help out.
Definitely. I mean, and for me, it's I think parts sales have been one of those things where, we started in a capacity where when we could get a better deal on something in buying as a group, we would. And, we had a very limited amount of parts in our parts cabinet for the longest time. And then, it kind of grows and gets bigger. But pushing local sales, I think it takes two, like you need people to buy stuff from you, but you also have to be kind of on top of your stuff, and you're buying like things people want and things people need too. And then on top of that, you got to be knowledgeable on the products that you're selling. I think, you'll sell stuff no matter what. I think people more or less will find what they're looking for, but if you're knowledgeable on the product, it sells itself, man. If you like these OMG products that we have, all I have to do is explain how to set it up and it sells itself, or why it's priced the way it is. But you go out into the world and compare it against something else and you're like, damn, you get a lot for your money, then it makes more sense. So just educating people on the points of the things that you're trying to sell, I think, is a big point of where some tracks fall off, and you see the ones that are being successful in their sales stuff are providing the information along with the product. So
Right, cool. Yeah, no, that's cool. And then also, like, I'm assuming your track supports a few chassis, right? Like, you're not necessarily only got parts for like Yokohama's or whatever. You're like,
yeah.
there's at least 3 chassis you support, right?
More so now, definitely. For the longest time, I would only buy parts. I would never buy parts for Yokomo because everyone had a different one. So it was really hard to just know like what was going to work or not work. And never even really for MSTs too much, other than the specific like dampers and turnbuckles and stuff like that. The biggest aftermarket hop-ups we ever had for any chassis was the D4, and it was because everybody literally tuned them the same by us. We all used knuckles, we all used lower and upper arms on the front. We all used, in most cases, rear arms. And then from there, it was just like, if somebody had money, they were buying dampers or they were buying this or that. And, you kind of buy 4 or 5 of them at the same time, and one person to get them, put them on, and everyone else like, yep, I need that too. And
That's crazy.
But now definitely, we got MC1s, the YD2 conversions in our chassis or in our cabinet right now. We have a YD2 kit in our cabinet. We had a ton of D5s. I think we've sold 65 D5s now since September.
Crazy.
So the D5s are really moving out there, and as far as I can tell, man, I've gotten so much good feedback on them for what they are, price wise and everything else. I hope that just means more and more people are gonna fall into this hobby and love it as much as we all do.
Well, the Cletus build is on a D4, and I've got experience. I've built 2 of the D5s already. The second one is kind of a secret project that I've been bringing up every once in a while.
Sure.
Sneak peek is this guy there. But my God, what a difference in build! Just like ease of build with between the D4 and the D5.
Oh yeah.
How like
so many like unnecessary steps removed out of the process, and the instructions are actually pretty close to something that's functional and desirable too, not just functional on one track surface or something. And as far as I can tell,
softness of the plastic, it's like a little soft, more forgiving when screwing things in. Like, it seems more malleable. Everything about it seems to be a little. I mean, it has its like cheapness feel to it. I'm sure there are certain kits that are like have no slop once you put them together. Like, I know that you with your D5, you threw a whole bunch of like half mil spacers to just get rid of some of the slop in the upper arms.
Yeah, I don't have the little thin ones as handy, but a company called Hot Racing makes these little aluminum shim packs in it's like 4 to 6 different sizes that come in one kind of pack. And I picked a couple of those up off Amazon, and just kind of went through, and the real thin ones I used to kind of shim out the front end on the lower pins to take any of that slop away, or as much of the slop as I could. And then and then a couple weeks ago, 3 Racing came out with their mod adjustment to the cantilever setup. And so I actually just got done putting it on my car 2 weeks ago, and wow, it certainly did soften everything up. So
I'm trying to see, because I think I even I may have some of that footage here. But oh yeah, there you go. This is what you're talking about, right? They came out with all these like aluminum upgrades.
No. So, 3 Racing actually posted like here's like an addendum to the instruction build manual on how you should set your car up. So it was spacing out the rocker arms. You use a 2.5 mil spacer there to push them off a little further, and then you clearance the lower ball stud mount by 2 mil as well.
I'm trying to grab my other chassis so I can kind of show what you're talking about. I think what you're talking about these little rocker arms, right? So where it's like spinning, where the right there that pops out a little bit, and I think you also mentioned these guys have to be spaced out a little bit further. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, and then I guess you get more steering out of it, right? Or what was the benefit of that?
So it actually makes the fulcrum point a little bit bigger. So basically your lever becomes a little larger, meaning easier to push. So your tire now feels a lot softer than it did before. Yeah,
that's funny because the guys on my track, what they were doing to solve that problem was they were drilling the whole piston holes a little bit larger to get
the fluid to move a little faster.
Which is interesting. So it's funny that you can solve that without drilling. You can just add a couple of shims, push things out a little bit, change
and see
geometry.
I know maybe you'll be able to insert. Oh no,
dude, I'm sorry. I put my chassis down on my keyboard. Like
I was like, oh no, he's gone. I think you might be able to insert a clever saying here, but there's a lot of ways to get to the finish line. You know what I mean? Like there's not necessarily one right way to do anything. It's going to all be a feel thing. So I would say the biggest thing about supporting your local track is having the ability to go down and meet people that are doing it, get firsthand advice on, purchasing options and setup tips and why and how. And maybe you go down there and you don't vibe with these guys at all and you're like, shit, I just avoided like a major headache, or maybe you go down and you're like, where has this been my whole life? And we have both. I guarantee it at our track. I know there's people that come down and we never see them again, and there's other people that have become part of the family over the course of time. So just go try it out.
How are you liking? I know you went through quite the renovation during the lockdown or whatever. And now you're on a tiled surface or like a flat surface. How did that go from carpet to smooth? Are you guys enjoying it a lot more?
For me, the eye-opening experience, we would go to car shows here locally in Denver, and a lot of the indoor places that have car shows are all, polished concrete. So when we'd get to go have a demo, we already, we're accustomed to polished concrete and sliding on it. And then, at our home track, we were always on carpet. It was quieter, cleaner, smoother, cheaper to cover up this floor. Visually, this floor is not much to look at. We got cracks and we got, quick set fill that's sanded down. And I mean, it's all checkerboarded. So, when you're first looking at it, it's like visually making your eyes just vomit, but then all of a sudden, the tiles kind of just turned into this like blurry warp, and like all you're focused on is your car, and nothing really matters, and you get the line down and it's like it's just another surface to slide on, and we had to cut this VCT tile pretty hard with an abrasive like buff disc or whatever, like basically a sander, and we used the roughest pads because this all had like carpet epoxy and glue and stuff down to hold our old carpet down. So it was a big chore getting all that stuff off the floor. So over the course of the next year, we didn't want to necessarily have to rent this thing for 2 weeks and just keep buffing the floor down to smooth. Our plan is to kind of smooth it out every time we need to clean it. So it's going to be its most fast speed now, and we're going to progressively make it slower as we smooth the tiles back down and then dial in our waxing preparation and how often and everything else.
Crazy. So you guys are still kind of halfway through. which is very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I would say, dude, every time you figured drifting out in the RC form, it changes. When I had finally kind of figured out all-wheel drive drifting, here comes rear-wheel drive. And I still wouldn't even consider myself having figured out rear-wheel drive. When I figured out how to drive it and tune it enough to get it going, here comes all these new chassis that I had to relearn why and how and everything, and the technology just keeps improving, and why I need to improve it is like, that's what I have to keep changing now, is like the understanding of why they're changing this stuff and why it's important. So
And that seems to be like the heart of the live stream on Thursdays, eh? With you guys,
definitely,
like it seems like that's what you guys are talking the most about. It's just like the new advancements and like how it's changing and what to look
definitely.
forward to or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been really fortunate, especially lately as a track owner, to kind of interact with some of the higher up people at some of these manufacturing companies and companies producing products for our scene, and being able to provide them feedback with things on, what are people looking for, and what are things in the market that I see that nobody's hitting this consistently, and if you could, it's gold,
Cool.
and having that, unique perspective, I don't think would have come having not been in a situation. So being able to approach companies and kind of like tailor our avenue, because when I first came into RC drifting, like I remember a local person saying like RC drift is dead, and it will never be big in Denver or really anywhere. It's not something that people are going to get into. And I was like, what? How can it have existed for so long worldwide, and it would die as an RC culture? That didn't make sense to me. So I think the biggest thing has just been people putting their love and their effort and their time and passion and stuff into it, and other people buy into that and get behind that and get passionate too, and it just kind of spreads like wildfire, man.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. That's wicked. Well, that's why I watch you guys. I mean, you guys, there's a lot of passion there. You guys got you got your crew, and that it's like funny to watch and stuff. So, for all the dudes watching, like, go subscribe. You just Scalescience's YouTube channel. Check it out on Thursday nights. I believe it's 11 o'clock Mountain Time, correct?
Yeah, or sorry, 10
10,
15 Mountain Standard Time. Yep.
10:15 Mountain Standard Time. Okay, cool. That's like two time zones away from me, so I'm always like dipping. Everyone's like, wish I could be one of those witty commenters with the witty hashtags, but I'm just like, at that point, I'm
So
like
dead,
trying to
right?
stay awake. I'm like, huh, and then falling asleep. But I, if I miss it, I always end up watching it the next day. So that's
Definitely.
super cool.
I've really been enjoying that about everyone's, like I'm sitting there on Tuesdays at work wishing I could have a beer, just watching you guys talk on the show and all the different projects and stuff going on. And, I'm like commenting in my own head, because obviously a live chat comment's not going to pop up when I wanted to. So any days when I do end up missing them too, like you said, it's nice though. I'm glad that more people are, providing more content, and it's nice to see you providing as much content as you are, like having to live so I don't want to say few and far between, but it was much
Oh
less
man,
than it has been lately for a long time. So it's been really nice to like see you really invigorated with it again.
check
Dude,
this one out, right?
yes.
I like
So
rusted it up and everything, and then I made the smashed windows and stuff. This is my missile right here.
that thing is looking super, super cool, man.
Yeah, I'm
How
not.
do you like that kit? Is it the cross?
No, it's like the WPL. It's like the cheapest of the cheap.
Okay.
Like, it's a very, dude. I've never been. I mean, you'll see it in the video that I make with it. I've never been more pissed off at a kit in my life ever. Like, where I'm just like want to throw it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I gotta take it apart again. Fuck. And then, and the funny thing about that is, if you ask me if I'd buy it again, yes, I would buy it again.
Okay.
And I think the
Damn, that's
reason, yeah,
impressive.
because of that, because it was a challenge. It felt like hard to do. It felt like a puzzle. It felt like you had to be like, you had to think it through. You had to like
Okay.
figure out the clearances, the tolerances. You felt like more like an engineer. Like, I think I took the axles apart like 3 times to make sure that they were going smooth. I figured out a way to like use a Dremel to like clearance the gears, because the gears are made of copper. or brass, so they're
Oh,
super
okay.
soft, and the tolerances aren't there, so you got to like break them in. Man, when was the last time you had to break in a diff? Like,
On an RC, never. Oh
right?
man, that's super cool.
So it was cool, and then painting it was kind of fun too. Like I had whipped out the Tamiya paint and stuff, and it like really came together nice. And and it
Definitely.
has a sound kit, and it's like got lights.
Diesel?
I didn't get the diesel. I just got the gas one, which I should have got the diesel because it would have probably had some kind of turbo line, which I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
That's cool, man.
Those dudes are pretty cool down there. They'll probably send me one if I ask them for it. So,
Hell yeah.
but yeah, so yeah, it would piss me that I got so mad. But like I was supposed to, I was like, oh, perfect, a 3-hour little jaunt with my screwdriver or whatever. And then
Yep.
like 2 days later, I've got like a blister here from my like screwdriver, the small screwdrivers.
Yep.
When you like hold them, that's like right there. Oh,
Uh-huh.
so sore. And then the thumb got anyway, dude. I'm gonna stop complaining about it because what it ended up, it ended up pretty wicked. So I'm not gonna. Anyway, it's good. Enjoyed
That's
it.
good, man. Oh
Anyway,
yeah,
I
and
should
what about
probably. Oh, sorry.
oh
What's up?
sorry. I was gonna say, what about that big beautiful Porsche right
Oh,
there?
you mean this? Yeah, this
Yes.
thing's ridiculous. Like this is the bumper,
Oh my god.
right?
Looks like humongous VR goggles.
Yeah, totally. The oil cooler or whatever, and so that's gonna end up going. You have to cut it all up or whatever. But
Yes.
wait, hold on. I'll show you something cool. I mean, before I let you go, because why not?
Yes,
Let
sir.
me see if I can find it though, because I opened all this other stuff. Not the tease. Where is this thing? Oh, come on. I'm totally lost in my own projects. Hold on, I'm gonna bring you back up for a second because like
No
there's
worries, man.
just so much stuff. Always. Oh man. I'm gonna probably pre-edit these a little bit because like
Cut all the fluff out.
yeah, because not necessarily the fluff, just like where my camera dies like twice
Yeah.
and like
Oh yeah, that's all
all
good.
of a sudden I gotta like rewind stuff. Yeah, that's this chassis that's the sickest. Like this thing is like machined to perfection, man. Like
Yeah, it looks like artwork, man.
it's pretty sick. There's like some weirdness, like they've added the body mounts for the rear. They attached it to that tray there, which is like the suspension tray, which makes no sense because you need that to move independently of the body. So there's a few
Yeah.
things that like Cardinal Racing and I have to kind of iron out, but whatever, who cares? It's going to be amazing. We're going to 8S it. It's going to be two,
8S.
yeah.
Oh my god.
And there's going to be 2 of them. So it's 2 5,000 milliamp hour 8S batteries in parallel to give us like
my
maybe an
god.
hour of runtime or whatever. And the thing weighs nothing. Like it's a pan chassis. It's super light.
I was gonna say, was I seeing pan car set up in the back end then? Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it there. You can see how it's like,
Wow.
it's just like a tray
Single
and then
suspension and
the tires.
dude.
Massive. It's massive.
Wow.
Yeah, it's massive, and it's machined like to perfection. It's made in France. I made a mistake. I said it was in the UK, but it's made in France by some French dudes. And man, like if you have a chance, check out Yankee's website just to check out what else they got because they got some like crazy 1/3 scale gas cars that are just like, man, oh my god. But
Third
yeah,
scale.
I don't have the space for it. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say, man.
I
That's
make
that's a big investment.
Yeah, I make cool videos. So like, the distributors like, hey man, you want to like play around with one? I'm like, yeah, man, send one down.
Please,
Yeah,
right?
do it. Yeah, but the
Man,
Porsche is so
hell
sexy.
yeah.
The Porsche 911 is just beautiful. Anyway, but enough talking. I should
All
probably
right.
do it's like 12:30. I should probably jam. But
No worries.
I gotta like I'll outro it. So like dudes subscribe to Scalescience's channel because you are like 98 subscribers away from being monetized, which finally you can get super chat stickers and stuff, and you can actually start making money on your content, which would be not only does that help with like YouTube actually spreading your content more because they are also making money on it, But it also gets kind of like a confidence booster. And the first 1,000 subscribers on a YouTube channel are always the hardest, for sure. For sure.
Definitely. Yeah, we're really excited, man. I really want to utilize it to just invest in more content creation. You know, there's so many projects that we've all wanted to take part in at our track that we just can't afford or don't have the time for. So if we could start paying for that with people watching it, why the hell not?
Yeah, man, it's wicked. So yeah, dudes, do it.
Thank you so much for having us on, man.
No worries, dude. Maybe hopefully after this virus that shall not be named fucks off or whatever, maybe we'll see each other in Vegas or even in Colorado or whatever. It'd be awesome to travel, to drift. That would be wicked.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I know we're still planning on doing some this year, so praying that things start to lighten up soon. But the country to country stuff isn't looking too good still.
Oh, I don't know, man. Like, it's funny. It seems like Canada's been flying everybody internationally, which is a big piss off to a lot of people. But there's some weird shit happening. So, like, I mean, there were Canadians storming your Congress building, so or your Capitol. Yeah. So, like, where do these guys from Alberta come from? I don't know. But they came and they made it across the border. So I'm sure a lowly YouTuber that likes to drift can make it through.
Hell yeah. Your secret's safe with us, right? At least until the videos come out.
Yeah, man. I'll just swim from Windsor or something. I'll just like swim.
Yeah.
D5 on my back.
There you go. That would make for a good video.
Evidence.
30 days in the wild.
The FBI will be knocking at my door or whatever. I'll just wear a mask. Perfect.
Yeah, you'll be good. They'll never know who you are.
Damn. Anyway, wicked, man. Nice chatting with you. Have a good night.
You too, Kpop. Take it easy, my friend.
Thanks for chatting. Yes! All right, wicked. That was kind of awesome. I was surprised that we held up 50 of you dudes watching that interview, which is awesome. Seems like you dudes are super into the drift, which is wicked, because I'm super into the drift. I like it a lot. It's fun. Let's see. So, yeah, dudes, like, hook it up. Go subscribe to Scalescience's YouTube channel. He does cool stuff. I don't know how well I sold it, but like, or sold them to you dudes. But like, one of my favorite builds that he's done is the let's see here. It was the Boosted Boys build, which I think is super cool. He did the what was it? I don't think it was an EK, but it's the Civic drift build. You know, that crazy H22 front wheel drive race burner. You know what I'm talking about? I think it was like 700 horsepower. He kept blowing second gear. That thing would give Lambos a run for their money, and it was a four banger. What the hell, man? Like, I know they're four bangers, whatever, but like, you gotta give respect to a little tiny fart can car that can like hold its own, man. But anyway, here you can see he has a cool series on his YouTube channel building this particular drifter, and it is actually a front wheel drive chassis, which is kind of cool because it's in the spirit of or whatever. And then of course, like, you know, I've been on their live streams a few times.
Chris, welcome to the show, man. It's awesome to have you.
Right what there.
Damn, you didn't give him no special intro or nothing?
No.
Still in the package from the video. Damn it.
Still in the box. How awesome is that? You know what? It's the reason it's still in the box is because I love the way the box looks, man. Like, it's straight from Japan. Like, look, they use some like weird tape and shit. Yeah, so dudes, like, go subscribe to Scalescience. The link is in the description. And also, I left the Facebook link as well there if you want to be part of, like, you know, the chat and also be able to post your stuff. You know, whatever, like, be part of the community. The community of drifters is pretty small on the internet, and it's kind of making this whole, like, lockdown situation a little bit better. Just to be able to find people, like-minded people who are into the same things. And that doesn't necessarily mean drift. You know, if you do end up showing up to a Scalescience Thursday stream, you know, they talk about just anything cool. And then I think there's also a Discord chat where you can share links to the stream. and usually those things are like up. And you know, I think Scalescience also has the hashtag so cooler. I'll write it down in the comments. Hashtag so cooler. If you are posting your builds on Instagram, you know, if you add this hashtag, you're pretty much going to get shouted out by them on that live stream. So just like I do that with SAS, scale is hashtag, which we're going to do in a little bit. You know, they also have so cooler. So it's also awesome to see some of you dudes are starting to do scale as and so cooler. And it seems like there's a little bit of a like community, like, you know, there's like friendship there. There's some serious friendship. There's some friendship. You know, oh, the other way. Oh, it would have been funnier if it was like this. You know what I mean? Anyway. Yeah, anyway, I'm on beer 2, dudes. I hope you guys are awesome. Doing awesome tonight. Thanks for chatting in the comments. You guys are keeping the comments going. It's great. And let's see. What do you got? Yeah, well, I mean, that's not going to be my t-shirt. That's going to end up being Scalescience's t-shirt for sure. But yeah. Oh, let's see. Hold on. The foot. It's funnier like this. No, I still think this is the funniest when it's like 1, 2. Oh, just kidding. This is stupid. This is so stupid. Whatever, you can tell the beer's working. But yeah, that's the dead part. Yeah, wicked. So let's talk about other cool stuff. Yeah, shall we? Let's do that. Because, you know, let's keep things moving. If my computer will decide to do things for me. There we go. Here's the logo loop. All right, wicked. So this is the WPL kit that I was talking about. I had shoe-gooed this speaker underneath here, but it had fallen off overnight, which kind of sucks. Anyway, I'm going to show better. I'm going to show better footage of this in a second through the computer, but it is a pretty sweet build. And if you look really, really carefully inside, you can't see it. You're gonna have to watch the build video, which is coming later this week. There's going to be a video drop of this build. I'm going to show you a little bit about the build though, as a tease. Oh wait, I should do this. Man, you can tell the beer's taking effect. All right, so this is the remote. This is an upgraded remote. It's actually a 4-channel remote. These things are super cheap, by the way, like under $100 US with the upgrades. All right, so this is a 4-channel remote. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna turn on the truck. Oh, the truck's already on. Ooh, I didn't kill the battery. All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can turn it on. All right, wicked. So check this out. I'm gonna turn on the lights. Oh no, the lights are already on. But I can turn off the lights. And I can turn on the lights. What? Well, let me change it into second gear. All right. Anyway, it's pretty cool. And then if you leave it, it'll like shut itself off, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's a super cool build. It is all metal axles. You can see I put in a small 3-cell lipo. It'll take 3-cell lipos. I'm going to show you the video footage because like it's better than me holding it up in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? It is a GAZ66. It is a Russian truck. I'm going to show you guys my sort of like my palette, my idea palette. You know, whenever I'm making these trucks or any project in general, I'll usually create a folder in my computer and I will just like, you know, populate things that I think will help me with the build. And here you can see what's funny about it is I really rusted the crap out of it. And I can't seem to even find... These are from the 70s. These are like 1971 Russian military trucks. And like, for some reason, I can't find photos of them really rusted. I don't know if they're just like aluminum cabs. Like, this is the only one I found that was like even slightly rusted. You can kind of see it there in the corner, but they hold up super well. I don't know. That's actually a model, but I don't know what the Russians did to it to make it like not really rust that badly. But oh my God. So you can see here, I'm like just trying to like organize the photos to just sort of get an idea of like how I was going to finish this project. And you can kind of see all these photos. So I highly recommend it if you guys are going to be doing like your own artsy drift builds or whatever builds. You know, you go on the internet and you start searching other people's project, and you gain like some kind of inspiration, right? You get inspiration from it, right? And that's like super important, because you know, otherwise, you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Let's see here. Or to remember, I was there too. Let's see. I don't know. Man, this is hard to follow the comments. What's up? Let's see here. Russian steel. Russian steel is kind of like thin aluminum from what we've seen. Yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm assuming, because like, what the hell? What the hell? Anyway, you can see here on Wheeler Dealers, they actually went to Poland and picked one up. And what's super cool about these trucks is the transmission is kind of like, the shifter is like horizontal, like weirdly placed to the side, and like you kind of have to shift it with your arm all the way over, you know? I just thought it was like a quirky, cool thing about these GAZ66 trucks. And they just look super badass. So, you know, of course, I'm going to want to like make it look as kind of like old and 70s as I can. And it also kind of brought me back to that like HBO series, that 5-episode series on Chernobyl. This is a clip from that HBO series. You can see there, they're using a gas. That's a GAZ66 right there, that he's like, you know, reading the radiation meter or whatever on the front, in front of the reactor or whatever, which I thought was super cool. Yeah. Super cool. It's just super freaking cool. And I wish I could buy one. I'm like slowly starting to want to buy like an old 4x4 something, maybe like a Jimny or a Suzuki Samurai or something super cool. Artsy recommendations for a motor ESC combo. If you're looking for super cheap, you can use my discount code at hobbywingdirect.com. It's Kpoprc. It'll give you like 10% off of this, what I'm about to tell you. If you get the just stock ESC and motor combo, and you specifically get the 10.5T motor, that works pretty well. I know, because I've been using them and they've been working pretty well, and it's like under $100. With my discount code, it's probably like $85 or something. So it really doesn't break the bank. So I would suggest going that route. Other than that, I mean, when we were talking to Jordan of Scalescience, he was talking about, you know, I don't know if we talked about OMG, but OMG has a couple of motor and ESC combos that don't break the bank either. But yeah, super expensive would be better. I don't know, man. Then, you know, that's up to you. You can get a Yokomo kit then if you want to spend a lot of cash. I don't know if you're a beginner or not, but I would stay at the 10.5T motor if you're like intermediate to beginner, for sure. Wicked. Oh yeah, dude. I think I have your car in the SAS. I may have missed it. I hope I didn't miss it. I won't miss it next week if I missed it. But yeah. Let's see what's up. Yeah. So anyway, so you can see here I'm building the axles. This kit kind of pissed me off a lot, you know, because it was really hard to sort of put together. Because the instructions are just exploded views. I don't know if you know what exploded views are. It just shows you all the parts kind of apart and how they go together, but like it doesn't really show you a lot. So like you kind of end up guessing a lot, and you end up taking things apart a lot, which is what I ended up having to do. But yeah, it also came with wheel weights, which is super cool. Like like, you know, this is one of the upgrades that you'd have to do if you get one of these WPL kits. You got to get the wheel weights. I would get the 2-speed transmission. I would get, you know, the sound kit with the 4-channel, you know, brain and ESC or whatever. All that stuff is pretty cool, and it also doesn't break the bank or whatever. And then, you know, of course, keeping it in tune with Chernobyl. I also like, you know, like I got these liquidator dudes, and I like 3D printed them, and I made them the driver and passenger, which is super creepy. But you'll see that in the video if you guys are subscribed, or, you know, you stay tuned this week. It should be dropping soon. I just gotta like finish it. It was my ladies and mine anniversary last weekend, so it's been a bit tough getting stuff done. That's why there hasn't been a video drop in the last 2 weeks other than the lives. But just so you know, I'm definitely working on stuff, and stuff is definitely getting done, which is good. But they have crappy screws. You're right, dude. They do. Like, I mean, what do you expect for like a $60 kit? But whatever, replace them. Replace them with stainless if you want. Right? There's like, I'm telling you, they're like cleaning up the factory, outside the factory or whatever. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. I mean, it's a really cool build. I think I do have images of it kind of done here. I thought this doesn't have the dudes in it yet, so I'm just going to leave that for, you know, for when the video drops, because I can't show you guys everything. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Cheers. All right, so I guess we should talk a little bit more about other stuff, shall we? Thank you, Bezenberry. If I was working on that Porsche, I don't think we would have made it past the anniversary. So, you know how it goes. Oh, I didn't look at the SAS tag. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't today. I didn't. But if you want, I can share my other screen, and we'll take a look. We'll take a look at it. If you guys make it that long, if you make it that long or whatever. But yeah, I ran shit electronics on my rear drive build. You don't need to go crazy. Agreed, man. Like, that's why I went with the Hobby Wing ESC and motor combo. Because, like, it's a censored motor, so it's good in low RPM. It's torquey enough. You know, you're using a 2-cell lipo. If you're just starting out, you don't need the most expensive stuff. In fact, it's funny, like, I was at the track talking to the owner, Brett at the track, and he was saying that it happens a lot. They get all these, like, this new guy comes into the track, spends, you know, like $4,000 on like ESC motor, radio, chassis, you know, everything, and then they never see him again. You know what I mean? So funny. Yep. Burp. I'm burping a lot. I had a big lunch, and then we had McDonald's. We had dirty Donalds, which sometimes I call dirty dicks. Oh man, I'm totally not gonna be right, because it's McDicks, and then it's dirty. Anyway, whatever. It's fun. It's funny. I think it's funny. Sweet. Yeah, wicked. All right, let's talk about other stuff. All right, so we got the Porsche stuff. You know, I'm actually kind of making a cool exhaust. This is specifically for Mehar at Cardinal Racing, because he's building one as well. Spoiler alert, he's building one too. And so I had to sort of like set up some stuff to send to him. So if he's watching this, it'll be in the mail soon. But you can see I was making an exhaust in SketchUp to print out to send Cardinal Racing for their build, and I think it turned out pretty cool. I think it looks kind of like what's there. So it's gonna poke through the Lexan or whatever. I think it's gonna look super cool. But yeah, the Porsche that's coming up, like, basically what's gonna end up happening is for the next episode this week, or maybe even a little bit later this week, I am going to be mounting the tires on these wheels, and I'm also going to be cutting the body. And I don't think I'm going to be mounting it yet, but I'm kind of getting it in position because I'm going to be making my own custom mounts. And I'm also going to be probably trying to find a spot where I can MIG weld. I got to find a place that I can I can freaking MIG weld with shielding gas. So I don't think that's going to be in my living room. I don't think that's going to be in my studio. So I got to figure that out. That's going to be a bit of a tough thing to do and figure out. But yeah, it's going to be big, and it's going to be cool. Like, if you actually kind of want to see the cage, like that's what the car is going to look like, except remove those body posts. There's going to be no body posts on this body. And let's see if we can find the cage. Yeah, so like I'm going to be doing a cage. I don't think it's going to be as elaborate as this one, but yeah, here we go. So this is the cage I'm going to be building. I'm just trying to figure out whether I'm going to go with brake lines that are hollow. Problem with hollow brake lines is, well, there's probably going to be oxygen inside them, right? So I don't think I'm going to be back purging these little freaking brake lines. I don't even know if that's something I need. Maybe I'll bug Troy about that. But like they're also super thin wall brake lines. So like not only do I have to clean the sections that I'm tack welding really well, like right to metal, and then I got to make sure I got to watch the heat because like, you know, MIG welders, the heat can be too high and it'll just like melt the metal that you're trying to put together. You just like blow it apart. So I don't know if I'm going to end up doing hollow brake lines, which will be just much lighter, harder to bend, but much lighter, or if I'm just going to go with solid steel rod. That would probably be the easiest thing to do. It's just going to weigh a lot more, which oh, Josh, man, G-Tosh. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that. That's an expensive buy. I hope it fits well. Yeah. Is it the Porsche one? I wonder if it's the Porsche one, or is it the like Thundercat circle with the remote? All of those things are cool. I bought a few as well, but of course they're gonna take a while to get to me. So, damn. Let's see. Let's see here. If you have hollow brake core, you will need to bleed oxygen out of them. Okay, so I'll have to back purge them. That's okay. I think I can manage that. I'll have to figure out how to do that though, because I don't think I'm gonna have two tanks. I'm gonna have to figure out how to like go after the regulator between the MIG welder and the shielding gas. I'm gonna have to add some other valve. I don't even know how to do that. This is gonna be all stuff I gotta Google and like figure out. Good Lord. But yeah, right? Like I think that's gonna be the coolest thing, right? Because like what would be super cool is if you take that Porsche body off and it still kind of looks like a Porsche, but like full cage. You know what I'm saying? Like how cool is that? How cool is that? Oh, or mineral oil. Okay. Like fill the whole tube with mineral. I'm like, if you think about putting a cage together, you know, you're gonna have weird angles. You're gonna have to like, you know, match you're gonna have to notch the tubes to fit in each corner or whatever. So it's gonna be a pretty complicated task. But you know, I mean, you know, if it's a dirty weld, who cares? Like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if purging is even gonna matter. I think I'm gonna end up doing a few tests. I'm gonna try it without purging and try it with purging. I don't know. I don't know if it's the same dude, but if he's on Instagram and he's making those 1/1887 scale little trucks that are fully RC, I watch that guy on Instagram all the time, and I don't even know how his eyes handle that. Like, I can't see my fingerprint, let alone you know, be able to like put together really small things. Oh, sweet. Okay, I'll check out Harvey's designs for sure. Love that dude. Sometimes he pops in on my live streams and says hello. I get his comments all the time. So, man, maybe I'll just ask him in person. I'll probably watch his video first, but if I have questions though. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, dude, man, I was 3 years old when Chernobyl happened. I was in Poland, and the family had to drink iodine because the radioactive cloud was blanketing all the way to France, which is freaking crazy, man. What a crazy disaster that was. You know, the reactor is apparently like 4 or 5 times larger than the Fukushima reactors. Oh, let's see. Okay, so you're saying like TIG then, Troy? Or are you like, because there's no way I'm gonna learn TIG, but like even if it's just a quick spot weld. So what you're saying is I should probably use like a solid steel rod. Yeah, dude, man, I don't remember it, but my parents do, which is crazy. And my brother was like 8 or something. But yeah, Harley, yeah. I know the dude, great dude. Lots of live streams that guy does. Is pretty great. Same with Scale Builders Guild. Him and Scale Builders Guild hang all the time. Who's a local guy to me. Could braze it. Yeah, so you're talking with like a torch and like some kind of like flux cord solder, like yeah, I hear what you're saying, Bo. That sounds like a good idea. That might actually be brazing rods. Okay, so I guess it's like a copper or something, or like a brass or something. I don't know. Brake line won't have any structure either. Yeah, no, I know. And I have a feeling it's going to be hard to bend unless I fill it with salt. Because like it's going to kink when you bend it unless you fill it. I don't know. That or I do solid aluminum pipe, and I think you can get MIG wire specifically for aluminum. Or do you need like one of those gun attachments? God damn it. All this stuff I don't know. See, this is the stuff that's going to take me a long time to like figure out. But the goal is that, that's the goal, is like the making a proper cage, right? 420 blaze it. No, dude, I'm off the 420. That's no more 420, unfortunately for me right now. Oh, right. Brass braze, steel brass. Troy, I'm going to bug you later about it. Like, I mean, if you're okay with me asking you some pretty, like, newbie questions about sticking metal together. Yeah, right, Slade. Do you know what that costs? But, I mean, or the size. Like, I think Slade, you're forgetting something. Oh. Yeah, this is not a 10th scale. You know what I'm saying? This is like pure 4th scale massiveness. It is massive. Like, it's massive. Look at that. Anyway, it's crazy. So, it's heavy too. Yeah. Quitter. Yeah, man, I'll be back. It's just not yet. Burned too many years. And you gotta just remember what it's like without it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, considering it's legal here, Yeah, so, I want it to kind of look like this, but just more scale. So the hoop is going to be better, and it's going to have a halo bar, and then it's going to have the bars going down. And they're all going to secure in the middle of the chassis, and then that whole cage is going to extend to the back of the car and not attach to that tray, that suspension tray, because this is a pan chassis. So everything 1 inch in front of the back wheels is basically a suspension tray that's the rear suspension, right? Straight argon, okay. True, which sucks because I have a MIG mix. You know what? Honestly, it's been 10 years since I checked that giant gas bottle, so I don't even know. Yeah, man, I'm with you, Bo. I'm right there with you, dude. I'd say I was a bit longer than 10 years, which is pretty nuts. But I'm drinking more beer, so I don't know if that's necessarily better. I don't know if that's better, but the lungs feel good. So. All right, one more. Yeah, I'm not drinking fast enough. All right, what else do we got to talk about? Oh yeah, we should talk about SAS. Yeah, oh my God. All right, dudes. I think it's time to talk about the hashtag scale is shit. That's the one. If you dudes tag your Instagram photos with hashtag scale as shit, I'll see them and I will put them in the live stream. So don't forget to do that. Shout out goes to Troy. Troy, he's in the comments a lot. He's on these live streams a lot. And he's the original designer of the Cletus McFarland Neighbors rear bumper, as well as I think some other of Cletus's projects back when he was working for Profab. And so, you know, he sent me photos of the build of that bumper. So I thought, you know, what better way to like do a shout out to him, but send him to, you know, 2 3D printed bumpers. Hopefully at some point, maybe he can hand one of those to Cletus. If not, that's okay. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so I sent him 2 of those seats and they made it. They made it all the way to Florida, which is great. And I'm glad they made it. I'm glad they made it in one piece and they didn't shatter into a million pieces, which is great. Yeah, I got the bumpers. You're right. Sweet. Wicked. And then let's see here. What else we got? Next one. Yeah, this is oh god, I can't read these because they're too small. Willis on the fly. Wills on the fly. Dude, those are sick. I know those are HPI rims. I mean, they're 52s, but they're like HPI makes them for RC, and they're super sick. Also, hey, if you are watching the stream, they have covers. They got covers for them. If you, oh wait, wrong side. All right, so they got covers for them. I'm going to show you guys. So same rims, but these covers actually come with them, and you can like pop them off, which is super cool. So these covers, basically in real life, what these do is they use like centrifugal, like they basically create a fan out of your rim, and they cool the front brakes or rear brakes or whatever you want. I'm assuming front brakes more than rear brakes, but very rally inspired. But they just look super, super cool. Super cool. Turbo fans. Yes. Sick. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, man, I'm moving slow today. Moving slow. Turbo fans. That's right. Well deserved, Troy. Yeah, man. Wicked. Sweet, man. I'm glad they made it in one piece, man. I'm so happy. Yeah, dude, you got to get a set there. If you're looking for them, bug me on Instagram. I might be able to dig up the part number from HPI. But HPI sells like a set of 2 of those rims, and they come with those fans, if I can remember correctly. But yeah. Let's see here. Dude, no worries, man. No worries, man. It's great to have you on the stream, and dude, you better bet it. I'm going to be picking your brain on sticking metal together for this thing. Going to need your help a little bit. Just like information. I'm going to ask you if it's stupid to do something. You can tell me, go look at this, and I'll take the time to do some research. I'm not the kind of guy to just ask you to like figure it out for me. Hate that, man. So many people on Instagram are like, hey, man, like, tell me what to do. And I'm like, I don't know. Anyway. I'm not that dude. Then again, I get a lot of really cool dudes that are like showing me videos. It's like, oh my God, I see what you're doing. And then I see what this guy's doing. And it's like, here, check it out, man. This is super cool. Or like, oh, I really like this. And like, this seems to be in tune with what you're doing. And man, the community is really great. I really shouldn't. It makes it sound like I complain a lot, and I shouldn't, man. I'm super grateful to have all you dudes watching and hanging out and giving your support, and like, even if it's just like your opinion on stuff, it's good. It's definitely good. Yeah, man, dude, like, I think you were bugging, or not bugging. I think you were asking about like small scale, like mini Z size drift platforms. And I did a bit of research for you on that. There's like a company in Malaysia that's making these really small, like 1/24 scale rear wheel drive drift platforms. And I'm like, I contacted the owner of the company just to see, because like they come out with like ready to run kits, and like they're just out of the box. They run really, really well. And yeah, at some point I'm going to end up doing a really small scale real drive like project. I don't know if that's going to be later this year or whatever, but any information I figure out, Troy, I'm going to send to you, just because like it's not cheap. Oh, I will definitely. Yeah, I saw his like his. You got a new home. Yeah, man, and and what's cool about those, Troy, are they're the right size for like, 120. I think they're 1/24 scale, but like regular model kits, they're like the perfect size. So you can if you can get a model kit, then you can get the body for this thing. So you can find like old, domestic, like American muscle, and it'll fit these chassis. It looks sick. Let's see what scale action people tell me. Yeah, man, I know how you feel, buddy. It's funny. You get a lot of those. I'm just glad that the thing is I just make videos, right? I'm not like trying to sell stuff. I could see that getting harder when that happens, Yeah, totally, dude. I'm telling you. I'll send you some links, man. You'll flip. Oh, jeez, man. Like, so dry, man. Winter. Oh, yeah. I mean, Slade, you joke, but like, JB Weld sticks a lot of shit together. Like, it's funny that I'm considering it. Let's just put it that way. I think brazing might be the best way. Where like you use a lot of flux, hit it with a torch, and just like, I don't know whether it's like lead or some kind of like rosin core, like solder, and try to solder it together. But I don't know. I'm gonna do a bunch of research. There's a whole ton of guys that put together like short course trucks or whatever, and they make these like big metal chassis, which is super cool. Let's see here. What are you saying, Dylan? Man, this is my first live, and I'm watching. I love the videos. Can't wait to see, dude. Yeah, it's coming. I'm sorry. It's like, unfortunately, it's because I can't get these photos printed. Like, the next step is the livery, really. Oh, but I can talk a little bit about something. Give me a second. I'll do an update on Neighbor. Let's keep going with these scale as shout outs. All right, so I sell this shirt at Kpoprc.com. You can check it out. Clint Lasher Tattoos. Clint Lasher Tattoos bought a freaking scale as shit shirt, which is super cool. So big shout out goes to him. Thanks a lot for the support, dude. I really appreciate it. If you do end up buying some merch from me, throw it up on Insta with this hashtag scale is what it says on the shirt there. And I'll shout you out, man, on the lives for sure. Let's see here. I'm trying to make these bigger. I didn't resize these because I'm a dummy. Kuma RC always with that freaking awesome S13. Good lord. And then what else we got? Twin Sticks RC. He got a 5D. I'm trying to see if it's the carbon version. It's not. It's just the regular version. But what's cool about it is if you look at where the motor is, he's got one of those motor mounts that puts the motor high, so the center of gravity is higher, which is super cool. Haven't tried it out yet. And of course the General Lee, man. Yes, man. I mean, I hope he flies this thing over rivers, trains, buildings, air blimps. I'm trying to think what else canyons. What else did they jump this thing over? There's a bunch of cool documentaries about the Dukes of Hazzard where they're like, they got all these Chargers and and they're, you know, they just have like 50 of these things because it's before computer graphics or whatever. So they were throwing these chassis over like stuff, and that was super cool. I love it. Anyway, let's see here. North Coast RC with his sound kit. This is kind of cool, and his police cruiser or whatever with the coolest lights. Look at the lights on the bumper, man. That thing's super cool. Super cool. I'm into it, man. Love it. Oh, and then of course the car scaling project. I'm talking with the car scaling project about using this for the Porsche large scale build. I don't know if he's going to have anything ready, or we haven't really talked about it too much, so I'm gonna beg him. You know, maybe if we can get a whole bunch of people to subscribe to his YouTube channel, maybe he will let me know how to build one of these things. It seems fairly complicated and complex, but I think with a 4th scale version, it's going to be much easier to get scale speed, which is what you kind of need with this kind of setup. You know, so cool. That's so cool. It's going well, Dylan. I had to take a break for a week, and it was my lady and my anniversary. So, unfortunately, I was trying to get a lot of stuff done, but like, I couldn't get a lot done this week, which is too bad. But let's talk about Neighbor. Let's talk about Neighbor. So with Neighbor, I'm working on the sound system, right? And I got one of these things. I'll show you what it is. First, I have this like 3-to-1 reducer. Brushless motor will go in one end, and this guy, it reduces it by 1/3. So I'm trying to get this axle to spin much slower, so I can get kind of like a rumbling, like a fat lobed cam V8 sound, which I need a low RPM to do that. And so I'm thinking this might end up being the way to go, but I'm gonna test out a few other things because, like, why not? So I got a tiny ESC. This is a tiny motor controller. This will adjust varying speeds to a DC motor, and I also got one of these things. These are called, I guess it doesn't say. Can't remember what these are called, but I'm going to show you. It's this little tiny motor, and it has a gear reduction built in as well. So this, because of its size, it's looking kind of good for what I might need. I don't know if it's going to create enough torque to sort of like, rub against a piece of plastic to make a sound of the motor. It's a bit puny. I hope it works, but these are the options. So I'm like trying to figure it out. The next episode is going to be all about that practical sound system. And also it's going to end up being about the livery. And the livery, because of lockdown, I'm kind of screwed a little bit because I need a place to print me these stickers. And I think that the actual livery itself is going to be easier to print because I can kind of just farm that out. But I'm looking for a photo place. All the photo places seem to be closed because I created this template of the lights, and I'm going to print them out as if you were going to print out a family photo, right, on glossy photo paper. And I'm going to cut them out, and I'm going to glue them onto the body so they look like super real, right? I mean, they're not going to turn on or anything. But to be fair, I've never seen Neighbor's headlights on, so I don't particularly need them to turn on. I just want them to look perfect. And also, I'm going to end up doing the Ford logo because it doesn't say Ford on the front of Neighbor. It says Ford. So I got to figure all that stuff out. And to be honest, it's kind of slowing down because it's in the middle of winter here in Canada. And as the minute I finish this thing, I'm going to want to shoot it, and I got to do it outside. So, you know, to be realistic, if you guys are looking for like super quick updates with this thing, you're not going to get them as quick as they were pre-December. But I'll get to them. Right now, I'm just kind of moving on to other things that I can do while in lockdown. And so I've got other projects on the go, right? I've got other things that I'm going to do. I got that Helix build that I'm building, another drift car, so that when the track opens, I've got a few things to test out there, which is super cool. That's the plan. And then also, you know, I got the Porsche build, and the Porsche build is going to be epic. CardinalRacing.com sent me that build, and it's going to be super cool. And I get to whip out a welder, and I get to play with real metal. It's a little bit better than, you know, 3D printing things, and like kind of brings me back to like actually tinkering with real cars, which is super cool. And I'm looking forward to it, right? Forge for life. No, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna do that. Sorry, dude. Nice. Okay, it should be okay. Wicked. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm gonna see if it works. I just don't know what the RPM is. Like, how high does the RPM go? Is the question. But oh yeah, dude. I got your video. I haven't fully watched it yet, but I feel it's another video of one of the dudes that I've shown in my previous videos about the Japanese dudes that make the sound. It's got an axle. He's got a square piece of metal on his axle for his 4-wheel drive drifter, and then that 4-sided cog is rubbing against a yogurt container of all things, and it makes the sound of like a 4EG, you know, like Corolla motor with like individual throttle bodies. Like, it sounds perfect. But yeah. Let's see here. Judders, man. You've been on here before, buddy. I remember Judders. Hey, man, long time viewer, first time caller. Great stuff, man. Keep doing. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you, man. It's you dudes that keep me going, for certain. What else would I be doing in lockdown? You know what I'm saying? What else would I do? I'd just be sitting here alone, man. I'd be watching Chernobyl HBO documentaries about sad stuff. That's what I'd be doing. Drinking beer. Oh my god, this is full. Dudes. Boom, boom. Wicked. All right, so there's still 50 of you guys, man. 50 the whole way through. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for watching. I'm not going to kill it just yet, but I appreciate you guys for being here. Maybe I'll talk a little bit more about the merch. Sounds like somebody bought one of the hoodies, which super appreciated, because that's awesome. If you do visit Kpoprc.com, you can check out some of the t-shirts that I just made. My favorite is that 930 oil pumper t-shirt. And this one. I've got this one coming in the mail, so I can't wait, because I got this one. And it's super cool, but I feel like this one's super neat for other people who are into the RC. I don't know. So long as you're, you know, married or whatever. Oh man, self-deprecating salesman doesn't sell T-shirts. That's my yeah. That's my novel. That's my autobiography. No real plans, man. Unfortunately, Toyota Supras are super. Like, you mean the new Supra, or are you talking the '90s Supra? Because the '90s Supra, yes. The new Supra, no. But even then, not really. Like, I'm into more like boxy '80s cars. I don't know why. I'm like way more into that. I'm actually thinking about doing like a Volvo wagon or something, which would be super cool. How many cars so far? I'm on, like, this is number 4. Number 4. I got another one though, but I don't think I can get to the other one. Oh, dude. I mean, you could probably, yeah. No more 420 for me, buddy. It's yeah. It was good while it lasted. Let's be real. Yeah, like you mean like the what was they called? Stagia wagon. Yeah, yeah, I love those. Those are sick. And then do a 69 Charger. Yeah, 69 Chargers are sick. Agreed. All of that's super cool stuff. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Besenberry, but like shitbox cars are my favorite. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, man. And when I sell my Subi, I don't know. I'm thinking of getting some like kind of old 4-wheel drive like beater, which should be really cool. And if it's Japanese with the right hand drive, oh man, I'm looking at those Jimneys, man. Looking at those Suzuki Samurais, like the 80s Suzuki Samurais. Man, one day. Yeah, or even like what's actually cool. I know we're talking about the 69 Charger, but if you ever check out like old Japanese muscle cars, you know, like the old Skylines that look like American muscle, but like are so small, you know, like if you were to park one beside a 69 Charger, you'd be like, oh my God, it's like 3 feet shorter and it's like up to here. Like they're just tiny. The coolest stuff, man. Cool. It's so cool, man. Yes. You know, everybody I talk to, Troy, that's your like age or whatever, all my buddies, they're all, you know, they always talk about how it's changed, how much it's different now, you know, how much stronger it is now. Oh, the link for merch. Dudes, it's in the description, the link for merch. But it's not hard to know what it is. Yo, Kpoprc.com for the merch if you want to get it. It's also at the bottom of this video in the description. I don't know if it pops up for lives, but it's there. Yes. But yeah, maybe I don't know. I've got the Ford RS200, which is like a smaller body. You know, Ken Block has one, and it's super cool because it's like a matte black and has these like 3 shiny black stripes through it. Oh my God, I love that car. Ford RS200. I don't know why I'm always doing the Fords, man. I'm like, it's not like I have like a love for Fords over, you know, Dodges. But man, that Ford RS200 Cosworth or whatever. I don't know if it's a dude. Make sure you're subbed because like I got some pretty sweet tires coming in the mail, specifically for my Baja Ray, and they're slicks. This should be pretty good. It should look really good. Well, let me see. Maybe if you guys don't mind me. All right. So, I mean, it's not a trophy truck, but it's kind of a truck. I'm building a, you know, scale RC drift car, and it's going to be pretty much just a cage, which is super cool. And you can see it kind of here with a bit of one, you know, with one of the wheels at least, some with the suspension or whatever. You can kind of see what it looks like. It's coming along, you know. If I didn't have all this other stuff to do, this would be moving along a lot quicker. But it's not. It will though. It'll start moving along when I get really into the Porsche, and when I finish the livery on the sound kit for Cletus, his neighbor build. As soon as I gotta finish Cletus, and then I'm gonna feel like I can really start working on other stuff. But man, it's gonna be cool. Just a heads up, this cage was designed by Scale Addiction on YouTube. He's got a bunch of wicked videos. I'll add his YouTube channel in the description after this stream, so you guys can subscribe to him. But yeah, Naked Helix, man, that's what it's gonna be. And I think it was Simply RC that came up with the name for it. It's gonna end up being the Zero Flux Helix. Little play on words there. Zero Flux Helix. He said the F word, but I changed it to flux because it's not welded. Yeah, scale addiction, man. He's there. That's what is what it looks like. The oh my god, right here. Go give him a sub. He just released a video on printing like 3D scale bodies specifically for RC. So give him a follow if you want, because he's helping me out with all my projects, and I didn't get a lot of love. This has been a Scalescience all day today, but it's going to be a lot. I'm going to be talking about him a lot in the next upcoming projects, specifically the Porsche build where he designed the rear view mirrors and the dashboard, which look super scale, look really great. And and then also he designed this cage. Because let's be real, I'm not this good, and he is good. Yes. UDR all day. It's just so big, man. Like I got so many big RCs that I got one with the Baja Ray because it's smaller and I could fit it in my backpack. Like the key is to fit it in my backpack so I can mountain bike. I can rip on the mountain bike down some wicked mountain bike trails and then park my bike, whip it out of my backpack, and then hit the Baja Ray on single track. Oh, yes. Yes. But yeah. Sweet. Thanks, Nash. Hilux. Zero Flux Hilux. Yeah, it works. It works. Wow, we lost so many subscribers or so many viewers. All right, we're at 37 people watching. I'm starting to lose energy because it's 11:30 and I'm killing it with the beers. So many beers. But yeah, what else do you dudes want to talk about? You guys want to talk about anything before I just chug this beer and kill the stream? Because I will. Wait, I guess I could show you guys this thing. Oh god, this thing's heavy. Oh my god, I can't even get in the camera. Oh, maybe if I do this. No, still can't get in the camera. Oh my god. Alright, if you look close, there's a chainsaw motor there. This is a 29cc OBR motor. It's quite sick. If you look at the chassis plate there, that's a 1/4 inch thick chassis plate. It is massive. It has real volume compensating shocks, which is pretty great. Nash, it's not clean. It still has mud from the Canadian Nationals from 3 years ago. But yeah, that's the dude. That thing's gonna get. Oh god. That's another RC car that's gonna get some love this summer. Hopefully, my buddies that used to race those haven't sold theirs, so we can go rip it up somewhere, because that's the idea. Let's see here. You can kind of see me build it here. This is me building it. This is how long ago I rebuilt this freaking thing. This is my apartment, 3 apartments ago. Yeah. It's a sick build, man. There you can see the billet CNC, the bottom end on this 2-stroke motor that's been ported by OBR. It is a Yamadude OBR special. It was me talking for a little bit. But yeah, man, these things are... No, these are the best RC cars. This is the most fun I've had with RC cars, is this particular platform. And I mean, it's probably mostly to do with the dudes that we were hanging out with, great group of dudes, but also just how floaty it is, because it's so heavy. It's the only RC car I've ever had that has an incredible amount of mass, it reacts like a real freaking trophy truck. I don't care, your UDR or whatever does not weigh the amount that 5T does. You know? Yes, it is only forward, so you got to know how to drive it. You got to know how to drive these cars, man. Because, like, if you're too happy on that throttle, you're going to do donuts all day, man. This is like a pure rear-wheel drive car. Plus, I got like a million parts for this thing. I don't even know. It's just sitting in my closet. Oh, the comments are dead. Dudes aren't talking anymore. 40 pounds. Yeah, dude, I overbuilt mine, which is too bad. And I really need, like, there was a company called Rabbit RC, and they still make pipes for the 5Ts, like the low C5s, but they don't make them for the five like, oh god, they're all called 5s. They don't make them for the Bajas anymore, and it sucks because I really wanted one of those pipes, Rabbit Baja 5T pipes. It's too bad. It's too bad, man. I missed my window. But yeah, you can see us all racing here. Man. Good times, man. Curtis Flood. Your favorite Tim's order? I'm off of the caffeine, bro. Favorite candy has got to be gummy bears or Sour Patch Kids, right? And Tim's order would be medium double, bro. That's what it is. Oh, funny. Thanks, buddy. Oh, sweet Josh, man, old subscriber for sure. I don't even think that's I don't even think they had rear like reverse modules for these cars. So they're pretty much like, you know why? Because they use centrifugal clutches. And it's just like anyway, I mean, there's a lot of tuning there because you can change the spring or whatever. I will later, dude. Not right now. I mean, Arma makes some cool RC cars, but like, dude, man, I'm telling you, this thing's made of metal. Like, it's crazy. If you have to see one in person to see, it's not a freaking toy. Like, this thing will break both of your legs. Ha! Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Oh, well, I mean, obviously because I edited it to like do all that. But what's cool about that track is that you could be pretty much on 3/4 throttle the whole way through that track, and if you're good, there's no crashing. The crashing usually starts on the start line, right? Because everybody kind of gets tangled up. But yeah, I don't know if I have. I don't want to use any of these because, like, last time I used one of these freaking videos, I got like a copyright claim, which is annoying. Chase Cage. Oh, I love this video. Man, I'm going to always hype this video because it's so good. This has got to be... Oh, no. This is weird. Chase Cage. Okay, this is a different video. I'm not going to play the audio. Anyway, you can kind of see how big they are. Or whatever. Yeah, it's cool. Man, miss these times. I grabbed the wrong one. Let's see here. Crash compilation. You want to see more crashes? Just trying to see if I got any other ones to watch. But I'm fading, dudes. I'm sorry. I'm fading. It's hard to keep the energy up. Also, I'm kind of digging through videos right now. Oh, no, I'm not going to play that. Beer swap. Oh, it's called Flying Bajas. It's got to be good. Oh, it's all Skippy's car. Oh, no, there's Jeff's. Yeah. You can kind of see how floaty they are. They just have like a really scale reaction, you know? And it's the weight of them that do it. You know, they work so well, especially if you got a wicked track that's got a lot of wicked doubles. But yeah, it's so good. Josh, I do still have it. I keep whipping it out every once in a while. It's up there. You mean this? I do have it. It's awesome. I mean, the body's not on it right now. It's kind of off, but it's cool. And the door's open, and the lights flip up. Pretty cool. And I'm gonna switch it back to this though. Yeah. What's the drift off, dude? Like, I don't have a track right now. Yeah, Josh, that was my first build. Actually, I can kind of wonder if I can show those videos. Let's see. Ooh. Oh man, I gotta make sure. Like, the thing is, like, people like to claim music from back then. You know, this is the first build on the channel. Was the 5T, well, 5B, and then the 5T. But it looked cool, man. I took that body out in the winter and it just shattered. That body shattered. Like, the first time out, it just shattered. Oh, this is me in the Philippines, dudes. In the freaking Philippines. Back in the day, man. Back in the day. Oh, here we go. This is better. This is cooler. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. Yeah. I mean, if you got time, just go through my videos on YouTube, dudes. Like, I got a lot of cool videos, and YouTube does not share them with a lot of people, so they're just kind of like slowly dying, which is kind of sad, man. It's kind of sad. Yeah. Yep. Definitely subscribe to Scale Addiction. Don't forget to sub up to Scalescience. Scalescience is Scale Addiction has over 1,000 subscribers, but Scalescience is almost there. Like, if you dudes can seriously go and sub up to Scalescience's channel, I don't care if you keep subbed up to him. Just like get him over the 1,000 so that he can, so YouTube can like get him, get his content out to other eyes. And also come hang out on Thursdays. If you guys want to chat RC or want to learn more about RC drifting, like, come out. But subscribe to Scale Addiction for sure. For sure. Both of those dudes. Curtis, that sounds like a great idea. Dude, I like that. I like that a lot, buddy. That's a great freaking idea, Curtis. I'm going to take a picture of that. And then I'm going to save that picture so I don't forget your comment. There you go. That's how I roll. Down with the sass. We are 45 strong. I don't even know how we've managed 50 people for like almost 2 full hours. It's crazy. I'm gonna finish my beer and I'm gonna kill the stream because like I gotta take a leak and it's been, I'm losing my voice and everything, and I'm sure my neighbors can hear me bubbling around up here. Slade B, man, appreciate you, dude. I don't think he is. I bet you he's still like 30 away. But yeah, check out. And then also don't forget to sub up to Scale Addiction, because Scale Addiction makes some really cool stuff. If you can, maybe I'll do it right now. What's cool about Scale Addiction is that he just finished a vectoring like jet engine, brushless jet engine vectoring like project. I'm gonna show it to you in a second. It's got to download, but my God, it's super cool, and it's worth the sub just alone. Like, this project is so cool. 28 seconds left. My internet is terrible. Let's make sure that it's still on or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna back to full. Let's see here. Let's talk a little bit about scale addiction. Come on, 9 seconds. You got this. Get there. Get there. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. Oh man. Huh? 4 seconds? You said 4 seconds 4 seconds ago. You bastard. Okay. Show folder. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. All right, let's see what's up. Oh man, did I lose you guys? Oh, here you are. Man, I swear to God. It's the beer. It's the beer. Oh, gotta turn the audio off. Oh man, I'm sorry. You guys gotta deal with this. Yes. All right, so this is why you gotta subscribe to Scale Addiction. Because he is a force. He's a force. Look what he designed, man. That's freaking nuts, man. It's the coolest. Not only did he design the freaking cage for the Zero Flux Helix, but he designed this thing, man. Also, heads up, he is using a Creality Ender printer. I think it's this. I can't remember exactly which version. I think it's a C10 or something. But yeah, man, he designed this thing, and it's got thrust vectoring, for God's sakes. Thrust vectoring. How cool is that? The coolest. Straight up the coolest, right? Besenberry. Steve-O, what's up, buddy? Oh, 962, man. I'm telling you guys, Scalescience needs some subs. I'm telling you, needs like, if everybody that's watching this right now sub to him, he'd get 1,000 views or 1,000 subs, and then YouTube would unlock all this stuff for him. Dude deserves it, man. He works really hard. But so does Scale Addiction. Right, Scale Addiction's running the Creality Ender 3. That's the one. You know, if you do get the Pro version, it's around $200 US. It takes a little bit of tweaking to get it to print really, really well, but that's okay. There's a huge community of people who can help with that and help you out if you have questions on Facebook. And yeah. And I mean, for $200, like, you know, if I sell those Recaro seats, I'm gonna end up selling them for like $40 a pair, and then it's gonna be like $10 shipping. That's $50. That's a quarter of the price of this 3D printer. You could buy the 3D printer. You could print like 50 of these seats. Anyway, I think we're gonna end off on that though. On that note, don't forget to give Scale Addiction a sub. Don't forget to give Scalescience a sub. And if you're not sub to me. And if you guys want to help support the channel, go visit to Kpoprc.com and get yourself some merch. I'm going to be dropping some more shirts later on, and so hopefully it works out. But let's see here. Oh yeah, see, this is cool. We're going to do this. All right, wicked. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to leave you guys here. But like I said, sub up to Scalescience, sub up to Scale Addiction. And if you're not subbed up to me, sub up. Leave me a comment below. You know, stay tuned for wicked projects. The Porsche build's coming up. The Cletus build is almost done. And the Zero Flux Helix is getting there as well. So wicked. Oh, and also later this week, we should have the GAZ66, that cool Russian truck build. That's coming out as well. And obviously, you know, come and hang on Tuesdays, Tall Can Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, we're going to do a live stream. We're going to talk about cool stuff. tag your photos on Instagram with Scale is Shit, and I will definitely shout you out. So do that. And yeah, what up? Awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here, and appreciate you dudes. Don't forget to stay safe. Don't forget everyone's pissed off, and have a bit of patience for everybody, because everybody's on edge. Some trying times right now in the world, and it's rough. It's like the only way through it is to just like don't let shit bother you, bro. And like remember, better times are on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, later, dudes. Have a good night. Cheers to beers, and see you guys next Tuesday. Ciao.